What's going on, man? Good morning. This is your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S. part of Den Media Group, presented by the MFTK Foundation. Oof. MFTK from this past weekend. The NFL taught a lot of MFTK moments. Just some people handled it well, some people didn't. Not the wildest draft. The wildest draft that people kind of have been a part, like for the casual novice fan. Seen a lot of opinions. I've never seen a lot of opinions about football and sport from people that I didn't even know watch football and sport. Like a lot of never has this ever happens when there's a lot of this ever happening before. Like it happens every year. I've seen friends. The only thing more polarizing than this year's NFL draft was the 2024 election. I'm not going to talk to you because of who you draft, who you voted for. I'm not going to talk to you because of who you draft. Like when people say keep politics out of sports or sports out of politics, I think they don't understand that the way that people view politics now is a lot like sports. And none of you people who are watching this currently, you guys are all winners in my book. But a lot of people are losers. And you need a win. And the win is in seeing someone else become you win through other successes, even if you don't know them. And we make excuses for people that we like. And I just hope that y'all defend me or defend other people the way that you guys defend perfect strangers, or the way or actually I hope you attack my enemies in the manner in which some of you who don't like these people attack them. Like you guys are vicious, and some of it's funny, but the cool thing is I can laugh at some of it. Some of this shit is truly funny. Some of it's sad. The thought process you have. And I understand racist. I understand them for the first time. I never really tried. I never, it doesn't make them right. It's just I get it. Like, to quote the poet laureate J. Wayne Jenkins, better known in the streets as Young Jeezy. He had a bar. And I forgot what song it was in, but he said, "I swear I hate house words. I should be a fucking NAZI." Oh
wow!
It was just the way he just said it. You know how sometimes you just see something and you're so mad, like, God damn it, I'm on the wrong side. It doesn't mean you want to be on that side per se. It just means you're like, damn, dog, how am I over here? And there were some times this past weekend where I just like, wow, there have been some people that have had very good, very, very salient points about what it's like to be a person in certain areas. And then you look at their resume and be like, you don't get to make that statement based upon your history of things. And we'll get into this stuff here soon. We're going to definitely need a good word of prayer to kick things off. But not yet. But can we pull up the MFTK Foundation real quick? Because again, if you need a win, there are ways to get a win. Shout out to my teammate Robert Hallback. Robert Hallback just donated a book bag for the best. So we are one bag closer. All I need is 5,999 bags in order to reach the goal and the quota. But you could go to the mftkfoundation.com. You can go in there, find out all the different things that you want to learn about mentorship for the kids or mentors for the kids. Go click on the donate now button. You can type in whatever you want to get. It's about $36 for a bag. You can pay by credit card, you can mail it in, you can put in different types of stuff. But one of the cool things is if you do this and you show me, you can click on that make this monthly donation. and you're doing a book bag, that counts as much to me as being 3-6 Mafia as possible, as anything else. We will probably eventually get some other stuff like a Discord. We will still have the membership channels. If you're a member on YouTube, we still want that, but I may end up switching a lot of stuff over to Discord, just so we could do some cooler things, like watch movies and game. Yeah, definitely the game film. But like, I think some of you guys really, it's not just white people. I think a lot of black people have manufactured black experiences. And what we can do is we can watch and have really good dialogues of things that, because again, I can tell by the movies that you've watched if you've really lived a certain experience. And some of y'all haven't, because like Boys in the Hood, Minister Society, a lot of those different things, like those are, I have trauma responses to those movies because I know what it's like to do those different things. But like, but also like for you to know what it's like to be a football player, for you to know what it's like to be, like, I always joke with people about, hey, if you're going on your official visit, a movie that you must watch is He Got Game, because Jesus Shuttlesworth visit basically sums up how official visits are. And like, you need to watch that. Moms, you just gotta give it up, man. Your baby's gonna become a man after that visit. That's all you need to know. And dads, just all you can do is tell them, wrap it up and have. You put the thing on it and turn it off. I'll check again. Mic check. Oh, we back. Check. Yeah, boy, Till Dog, I need you here too, because I've been seeing you with these think pieces too. Some of y'all, like, I'm good. What I will say, because I just feel, complaining when they updated StreamYard, I screwed up the audio. Now I haven't even updated it. We'll get that. We'll get this on Tuesday fixed. I feel like we're going to spend a good portion of our show talking about the draft. And I feel that I need people to get their mind cleansed. Like, when you go to the store, like, again, I'm into the, I'm trying to get on Jaden's level when it comes to the perfume game. Jaden got this thing, like, Jaden got that mind games thing going and all these other stuff. Like, Jaden's got it good. I went from having no Colognes to damn near a fucking bathroom full of Colognes and more coming. But when you smell too many smells, you got to get the coffee bean, right? Am I right, Jaden?
Yeah.
It doesn't that, it refreshes your senses or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to go right now and go smell some coffee and come to this thing with a clean mind and a clean heart, because we're going to talk about some things and I need people to take the emotions out of it. And we're going to deal with raw facts, raw data, and realize you're talking to a guy, actually two guys, who were actually at the fucking combine. You're talking to a guy who goes into the NFL, and I promise you, there is shit that's fucked up. There's a lot of shit fucked up. But you can't just jam some shit in there, because it fits the narrative. Because you start looking, start looking start looking bad. But here's a good way to always cleanse your palate, and it's a way that you should always start your day with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
Have you seen there's a trap gospel choir that goes around?
No.
And they sing it's kind of like the Hamiltones did with doing things, but like it's better now. So like when I'm looking at all these different things, so when I start my church, I can know what I want to do. But they did area codes with a gospel breakdown.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you replace host with?
I don't know. I didn't listen to that part. Man, maybe they said hose. Hose is in the Bible. The Bible is a translation, right? And Jesus told a lady at the well that he basically said, dude, like we don't break bread with dogs. It's only one way to call a female a dog. So like Jesus was out here calling bitches. And he was talking like a pimp because Jesus just say some shit and just walk off. Hey, in order to follow me, you gotta drink my blood and eat my body, and then just walks off. But yeah, but I'll be doing that shit sometimes. Like, I'll be on the porch and just be harmonizing. Like I was harmonizing Get Low. And just thinking about like what would that sound like as a gospel song? To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drip down my balls. All these bitches crawl. All ski motherfucker. All ski goddamn. All ski motherfucker. All ski god. Imagine you got like multiple groups, right? You got the tenors, you got the altos, and you got the sopranos. And they all get in there. Oh, ski motherfucker. Oh, ski goddamn. Oh, ski motherfucker. Oh, ski goddamn. Like that's what I'm telling you, that's gonna be in your head. Oh my goodness. And you put a band in there? Oh. You're gonna just be randomly at work. Oh, ski motherfucker. Oh, ski goddamn.
I like that. That is good. One more time, please.
Oh, ski. Get doors of the church. Get somebody. My boy Adrian Crawford would probably stand up at that part of the church. Oh, ski motherfucker. Oh, ski got it. He had a little Fruit Loop. Had a little Fruity Tooty. Dude being the choir director. Oh, this is crazy. Like churches be so homophobic, but the person who be getting them jamming is the gayest person in the motherfucking room.
Yeah, facts. We all know it.
Part of the reason why I stopped going, when I see that dude, like they made me go to the choir rehearsal with my god brothers, and he was like, "You guys are just sitting around here, and you're just not listening to me." I was like, "What?" I was in the back, like, "Yo," I was in that thing dying. I was in the back dying laughing. It was like, your son is just so disrespectful, Miss Coleman. Like, nah, man, mama, that man over there is spitting and tasting his words over there, like grandma say. Oh man. Anyways, man. Hopefully we got y'all palate cleansed and we're ready to have a great conversation about everything going on. But let's get Jaden to give us that rundown of what we're gonna talk about.
All right, y'all. Good morning. Monday, April 28th, 10 a.m. Our episode of Big Games B.S., where we bring the good, the bad, and the BS to the sports world. So first things first, had to talk about FSU. Got a softball score to recap, baseball as well. Then we're going to get into our drafted and signed players from our team. Then we're talking about Bill Belichick and his girlfriend and what the internet are speculating with that. Next, we'll transition to the NFL draft, go through the 7 rounds, talk about some notable players. Then we're going to go to the undrafted free agent signings website and look at some players with that. Talk about the Jaguars, who our picks was and who we signed, as well as some other players as well. Shador Sanders being one of them, and then Shiloh Sanders, then a couple sprinkled in the mix as well. Then we'll finish off our show with our Big Games B.S. segment. Got our Old Heads Wildin' segment for today, and then we got 2 other topics that are seemingly correlated. So first things first, we have our softball recap right here. So the Seminoles beat Louisville, beat the Cardinals 3-0 in their softball game. Huge shout out to the ladies. Keep doing what y'all doing on that diamond. Next, we have some baseball news to recap as well. Huge shout out to the Seminoles, beat Louisville 10-2. Hopefully that 4 keeps going up and up. Hopefully climb up the ranks in college
I want to go to
baseball.
Omaha this summer. I need them to do what they need to do. Let's go, Link.
Exactly. We need to go to Omaha. FSU fans for sure want to see that. So after we recap these sports, we have now gotten to the football portion of the FSU segment. So if you guys did not know, we're about to find out right now. FSU had 2 players drafted in this year's NFL draft, would that be Azarie Thomas and Joshua Farmer.
Minister Azarie Thomas, because we know what he doing, what he done. that boy one thing Azarie ain't gonna do is like, you ain't gotta ever tell him to keep God first. You say, hey, AZ, keep God first always. I love it, man.
AZ was picked with the 73rd pick in the 3rd round, and he's going to the New York Jets, joining Jordan Travis, joining Jermaine Johnson, and joining a defensively sound team with that secondary, having Sauce Gardner there as well. So James got drafted. AZ's going to the Jets with the 73rd pick. How do you see him fitting with this scheme in the New York Jets?
Well, one, the hardest thing to teach a kid, zone is easier to teach. The only thing you got to go with zone is against your intrinsic values. Like, playing man, you want to lock in zone, you got to read the quarterback's eyes. But it's harder to teach a zone corner how to play man. And so Azarie already has the skill set that you're going to always have to have at times in the NFL. He's also got all the traits of what they want guys to have, as ever since another guy who came out of Florida State who played for the Jets became the prototype. Tall, long, good arms, good feet, can run. Antonio, those are the attributes of Antonio Cromartie. So like, you have this with AZ right here, and which he talked about Jalen Ramsey. I gotta remember that some of these guys are young bulls, so they probably, like, when Crow was playing, they was babies. Like, so it's not like they really, or he was toward the end of his career, so he wasn't really on that precipice. But I think he reminds me a lot more of Crow than anything else. But there's going to be a theme in today's segment if we're talking about stuff. You know what we don't know what did AZ run the 40 at FSU's Pro Day?
Yeah, he did run the 40.
And it wasn't that great of a 40, right?
No.
It was just decent. So, like, here are some of the reasons why you go ahead and when you don't participate at the combine, you only get one shot, and your one shot isn't necessarily overwhelming. It's hard to get you, because AZ was being talked about sneaking into the first round. And when you don't have that elite speed, and they're trying to get as many knocks as they can on you to pay you as little bit of money as they can. So, but kudos to AZ for being patient, keeping the faith. And I think he's in a position to where he's going to, like, this is the best spot for him. Like, I guarantee he finishes out his contract, which is really what you should be looking for at the end of the day, finishing out that contract. Mm-hmm. He ran a 4.58, so he basically ran a 4.6. What they would say, they'll round that up because it's not on our laser, but it's not a great 40 time, I can tell you that much. Yeah, basically 6'2". Good measurables, fast enough. Obviously, you've seen him be able to play. Didn't give up a lot of touchdowns. I think he gave up 4 big plays in his entire career at Florida State. But yeah, AZ in New York, technically East Rutherford, New Jersey. But all the best to him. I'm happy for that kid. I love AZ.
Next, we have another player to discuss for the FSU in the NFL draft for this year. That is Joshua Farmer, defensive lineman. He is going with the Patriots. So James Farmer was drafted by the Patriots. You see right here with the 137 pick in the 4th round. He did post that he was visiting the Patriots facility. I saw, I think Logan Robinson put that on his Twitter. We reposted that, and lo and behold, that is the team that did draft Farmer. So, how do you see Farmer fit into the system, and what do you think he could work on to possibly get more reps at the Patriots? You know, defensive mind coach with Mike Vrabel. Love the trenches. So, what do you think Farmer can do to continue to excel?
I remember talking to I remember, fuck it, man. I'm just tired of hiding who I am. I was talking to a GM for Florida State for two Florida State players. One guy stayed, the other one didn't. One guy got a great, like said, right now he's a drafted guy. He's a middle rounds guy. If he comes back, he could be a first. He's got a body that you can't coach. Like that's just God given. But if he comes and shows a little bit, he's got a potential to be a first round draft pick. That's why you go. That's what you want. You want to be in these positions to become a first round draft pick. He did say the same. He said similar for Farmer, mid round guy right now. Draft grade doesn't get higher if he comes back per se. He kind of is what he is, but he can make sure he's more of a solid second round, which would have given him more money. But he's a mid-round guy, and that's what he was. I remember talking to DeMarcus Walker about this years ago. I encouraged DeMarcus to leave early. I told him, for my talks, you're a second-round guy. There's absolutely nothing sexy about you. Like, you're not tall, you're not overly explosive, you're not fast, you're not too big. Like, there's nothing about you that just screams first-round pick. But it screams longevity in the NFL because you have a body type, you know how to do certain things that other people don't want to do, and you were going to work your ass off. That is your best attribute. Unfortunately, those working your ass off isn't a draftable attribute. It's an innate quality that makes you a better pro. Joshua Farmer works his ass off and he has an innate quality, and he got to where he was at right now. If you go and you look at that 13-0 season, look at how he played that first half of the season before he started getting injured. Really, if you want to be real, and we're just talking the facts. He was ascending while Braden Fisk was figuring it out. And when he got hurt, Braden Fisk figured that shit out and really fell into a role where he was producing. Which Braden Fisk is also a part of the reason why Josh Farmer was really getting a lot of looks as well. Here's the thing about Josh Farmer. I believe he came into Florida State as a 230-pound defensive end. He's an over 300-pound D tackle now. At times, he still plays like he's a 230-pound defensive end. And when you see him go up against the double teams, and JD, you might have remembered this. I think I talked about it a little bit at the Senior Bowl. Double team situation, man, that boy getting escorted out the club. Didn't look great all the time. One-on-one, though, and pass rush, this a motherfucker right here. And in the NFL, if you could get to the quarterback, you're going to be fine. So I think if he keeps working on how to be able to split double teams and like really be able to stand his ground, he's going to be a guy who, again, in a situation, defensive oriented team, I think he's a guy that will have longevity in the NFL. Longevity meaning he'll play for a second contract. And couldn't be a better kid to be around. I know a lot of Florida State fans feel a way about him. And I want you to realize you feel a way about him because of what somebody else wrote about him. And that's the problem. Like, you didn't look at so again, a theme here. You feel a way because you were marketed to feel a way about him, and you didn't look at the fucking facts. And you didn't realize that this is a business. And so you're mad at a guy because he may or may not have negotiated a threat to hit the portal to get more money. It's the business side of the sport, baby. Everybody is capitalism. That's what makes America great. Can't hate capitalism and then want to participate in capitalism. Josh Farmer, good kid. I love his brother Tyler. All his brothers are cool. They was at the Senior Bowl. I hope they continue to cheer him on and like, this is real. This is his money. Like, y'all, let him get himself established. The second contract, he's gonna be able to take care of everybody. Let him get established, but keep cheering him on the way that you guys cheer him on. Those brothers, you need. That I saw the family, like he's got a guy Mark. Like, again, another reason why I always tell guys, nothing wrong with what he did. If anybody wants my advice, train with who you like. Don't worry about training at the Exoses. Don't worry about training all these other people. If somebody was good enough to get you to this position, train with them. Only thing I think he didn't do right, should have trained with Mark Lyles in your free combine training. Mark been there for you from day one. Mark know what he's doing, but that's okay. You're in the league now. Come back, honor Mark. Go to them workouts. Keep it in the trenches. Keep producing and keep providing. And what I want these two guys to do is don't make the mistake that a lot of those guys on that 2013 team, so those 2013, the Jimbo's last years, they don't come back like that. Like, come back. Regardless of who the coach is, man, your NFL career is going to be a short stint in comparison to the rest of your life. Make sure you keep pouring back into the university that helped get you to where you're at right now. You'll never regret that, especially when you're a hometown kid. You always got to come back home.
The draft is an extremely difficult accomplishment to complete, and a lot of players end up getting signed through the undrafted free agent process. So we're going to dive into some of the FSU players who recently got signed to teams. With the first, James, that we're going to discuss, it's a quarterback from FSU, formerly played at Oregon State, formerly played at Clemson, Mr. DJU. He's officially going back home, and he's signing with the Los Angeles Chargers as a free agent. James, did you expect DJU to get signed as an undrafted free agent? And how good is it for him to go back home, back to Cali?
Shout out to him. He's going to get the NFLPA card and tons of great discounts. Like for rental cars, flights, like food places, all kinds of different things. Yeah, it's that man got a $3,000 signing bonus. 99% of all athletes go pro in something other than their sport. So that's all I can tell you on that one. I don't even think he should just get the gear, get your per diem, enjoy the food. I don't think he makes it past minicamp.
Next, we got some more players to run through. So we have this one right here. Florida State linebacker Cam Riley is signing to the Patriots as a UDFA as well. Shout out to Cam Riley joining Joshua Farmer in the Patriots organization. So
I can tell a lot of people how these things would go. I just know I saw DJ's contract, or what people were talking about with the contract. Like, I'll tell you this, if it's 50%, if it's 40 to 60% guaranteed money, you're more than likely going to make that team. A lot of these guys are just going to get a great opportunity to go hang out for the weekend. Cam Riley's body type might help him though, because that puts him in a situation. But I don't see it.
Next, we have some news from our cornerback. So, former Florida State cornerback Frentrell Cypress III is officially signing with the NFC champion frontrunner Washington Commanders as an undrafted free agent as well. James, how do you think he would fit in that Commander scheme?
Fent is a very powerful drug, and it's taking over the DC area. And I don't think Fent. I think they're gonna. I don't think they'll get rid of fentanyl, but I do think they'll get rid of Fent. Like, you can't do some of the shit that he did, and like he was the duck. It's called circle the duck, and boy, he got circled quite often.
Super excited to hear this news. Got a chance to interview the man, the legend himself, Mr. Tits for Fits. He signed with the Panthers as an undrafted free agent. We need that interview with him and Sheena. Shout out to Sheena. So super excited he got picked up by a team, and it's a little friendly team, might I add, in the Carolina.
We played them. Jags played. They come here again.
Oh, nice.
So I can't wait. The Jets come here. Well, we don't know which is going to be the London game, but the Jets are a home game as well. So I can't wait to see some of these guys. I think this is where kickers get. I think Tits for Fits is going to be good up there in Carolina. It's a lot of, because again, I think he got better once he got with I don't have anything to really be able to prove it. I just know he got with a big girl from FAMU with some big titties and a big ass. And she helped get his hips looser so that he was able to follow through with the kick. You know what Charlotte got plenty of? Dims. So if he went to like Denver, I'm like, damn, my dog about to get cut. But like he went to like damn near Atlanta without the community. Like Charlotte and Houston are basically Atlanta, except for you don't have to worry about if the woman's voice is deep as yours. Oh, if that makes sense. You ain't got to worry about them holding. Like, as I said, when I went to go watch a flag football game, there was a young lady, and I was like, you can't tell me that young lady ain't holding 9. You can't prove to me that that's a girl. That girl right there got at least 9 and got 9 at the waist. She packing heat, bro. This is shoot. Yeah, but Fitz is gonna be good there. I like that for him. That's why the women's so big. Andre they got Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter, where you can get that chicken for $5, man. You get a whole chicken fried for $5 in this economy.
Man, speaking of chicken, we got to talk about this Florida State offensive lineman, Jeremiah Byers, who's officially signing with the Arizona Cardinals as a UDFA, joining former FSU player Josh Sweat, who is recently on the Eagles, now on the Cardinals. Huge shout out to Jeremiah for making that connection with the Cardinals.
Definitely there to help. Did they draft any D linemen? Because if the Cardinals drafted D linemen, this is definitely here to like help boost their self-esteem. Like, because there's not a lineman on our team that from this class. No offense, I'm sure you're great. They're all great people. I would not want them anywhere near the Jacksonville Jaguars protecting Trevor Lawrence. Like, so good for him. Again, enjoy the food. Arizona is a great city. They have some really good what do you call that shit? They got good vegan food. So it can help him with the process of losing weight, which is what a lot of linemen do. So that they don't want to be that big for the rest of their lives. So there's some hey. I don't see you making that team, son.
You guys are doing better early on today. We got 51 on the YouTube.
Yeah,
the usual, all of them on Twitter. So
yeah,
any of you guys want to migrate on to YouTube from Twitter? Nice early on. I know we got commercials there, but we're getting old in age. You got to take some bathroom breaks. I'm starting to feel a little bit nostalgic.
Oh, that's what it is. So that's why people come back and they're way behind. Yeah. Oh, man, get the fucking YouTube Red, man. Pay the fucking $5. Nah, you're right. Actually, you know what? You're right, though. This is how I know I'm old. Commercials don't buy. I actually like that.
I feel a little nostalgic about commercials.
Yeah. Like, that gives you, now you're not going to miss nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You just be a little behind. Please take the time to go push the like button though, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. So, but all right, Jeremiah buys trash.
So, got some news coming from the Chiefs. Former Florida State defensive back Kevin Knowles II is officially signing with the Chiefs as a UDFA. So, he signed as a priority free agent on a deal that includes $220,000 total, guaranteed with $20,000 in a signing bonus.
Wait a minute, say that again.
It says Chiefs on the deal that includes $220,000.
Oh, he making that team. Damn, Knowles, that's what up, bro. Good shit, dog. Congratulations. See, I'm telling you that you can read between the lines on that shit. One thing they not finna do is put that much money in you and cut you. So kudos to him.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but kudos to him.
Just want to reread that last money moves part for you guys. Chiefs on a deal. Signed a deal, with the Chiefs that includes $220,000 total guarantee, with 20 of that being a signing bonus and 200 of that being that guaranteed salary. So huge shout out to Kevin Knowles for getting that paper, dog. And got one more to talk about. So Raiders are signing defensive back Greedy Vance. So
shout out to Greedy.
Shout out to him as well, getting on that Las Vegas Raiders squad for now. And yeah, we got a few more to recap as well. Got about 3-4 more. So share this with you guys again. Megamind. Florida State wide receiver Ja'Kai Douglas accepted a rookie minicamp invite with the New York Giants per source. Shout out to Megamind for accepting this rookie minicamp invite with the Giants.
He had 519 yards last year. That's more than I thought.
And 4 touchdowns too. So huge shout out to him.
Yep.
Next, we got Maurice Smith. So former Florida State offensive lineman Maurice Smith has accepted a rookie minicamp invite with the Commanders as well. So got a teammate in there as an undrafted free agent that he can relate with. So shout out to Maurice, man.
Yeah, invite. Yeah, he won't be there.
Next, we got Winston Wright Jr., former wide receiver who accepted a rookie minicamp invite with the Bucks. Bucks have been taking chances on a lot of people. We'll get into that discussion a little bit later on. But shout out to Winston Wright, and hopefully, man, keep grinding for sure. Lastly, I have to talk about Lawrence Toafili, LT. He accepted a rookie minicamp invite with the Jets. Jets are at FSU Haven, man. Got so much bodies there. So huge shout out and congratulations to
I really hope he makes it. I think this year he wasn't honored in the way that he should have been. I think he's part of the reason for like why you shouldn't be that unselfish. Yeah. Probably more than that. It's not undrafted, it's the cap. Like, so they have rookie minimums now. Shit. Like by the time this CBA is done, the rookie minimum will be $1 million. So I mean, yeah, like undrafted. Like to be honest with you, the difference between the 5th round and undrafted is very little. Like the only difference is you get to pick where you want to go if you're an undrafted free agent. So there you can negotiate your contract to where it's a good amount of money. Like some of these, believe it or not, some of these contracts are better for the undrafted free agent than they are for the guy who's drafted. Because the other thing too is if you sign this contract, it's probably a 2 to 3. Whereas if you are drafted, you sign a 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So
say about 20% make it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being funky, like 5th to 7th round get cut just as easily as undrafted free agents. Like the only time you really got a little bit, if you're on a new team and you're top four rounds, you're probably solid. But for the most part, man, it's tough. And you want the undrafted free agent signing. You don't want the It's the difference between an invite and a signing. So was DJ a signing or minicamp invite? Because that's still better than what he should have gotten.
He signed as an undrafted free agent.
Still ain't going nowhere, but that's good for him. Good for him.
Before we cap off our college segment, it still is quite odd that he is now in the realm of college sports, but Bill Belichick has been going viral lately. He recently did a sit-down interview with CBS. His girlfriend was present there, a little bit too present, too helicopter-esque, and fans started to speculate why their relationship seemed so awkward, and they're wondering why this awkward situation took place after this question posed by the interviewer. So, James, let me know if you'll be able to hear it once I press play.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
So, James, so people took this online, ran with it. I saw some posts where they started to assume that his girlfriend is a high-level escort, and they don't want to get into the details of how they met, obviously.
So she's a 20-something in today's society. Like, the way these women tweet, they're all fucking hoes. Like, no offense. Like, I don't like, it's all about the bag and getting this. And Shannon Sharp's getting extorted by a fucking OnlyFans girl. So, like, to be honest, the whole song, but I come from an era where it's a great song. Again, they should just really fuck all these new songs, just play the old stuff. Shawty, you know that I got that cash. You ain't even got to ask. Do anything you want to, because I'ma make it rain on you, because you know it ain't tricking if you got a trick, tricking if you got it. Right. It ain't tricking if you got it, what you asking for? What happened to the game? Like, I'm saying, like, Bill Belichick is fucking 74 years old. She ain't coming. He don't look like Sean Connery did. He don't look like your regular guys. Man, bro, he knows. Like, Dad, she's only with you because I know.
And she knows.
You don't pay him to stay, son. You pay him to leave. It's part of the thing. Like, I'm just like, yo, like, if she was great, if he's happy, great. I don't care. Bill Belichick, let me tell you who Bill Belichick's mentor was. Robert Kraft.
Oh.
Robert Kraft getting massages with 3 fingers put inside of him. The man knows, like, and have you seen how happy Robert Kraft is?
Right.
He's $1 billion. He's so happy, and was so happy that he's trying to get prison reform changed. Like, I don't like a lot of this shit. Like, who cares?
Normalize hating like this.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Just transparent moment. The longest relationship I've ever been in was on MySpace. Found her on MySpace. Don't even know how, but it was on MySpace. You know, when people ask, how did y'all meet? We didn't tell people for years. You know why? Because it wasn't normal then.
Right.
Like, it was kind of shunned.
Yeah.
But then now, you know where most people are getting their relationships from? Fucking paid dating websites.
Yep.
And you know who's on these paid dating websites? High-end escorts. Let me flip open the Bird. Well, it's not a Bird, it's the X app now. Shoot, just see if I find one woman, because you can't go a couple swipes without seeing a woman saying, if he don't got this amount of money, then I don't want to deal with them. He ain't paying for a $500 first date. Well, you know who pays for this kind of shit? The motherfuckers who got disposable income like Bill Belichick.
I ain't mad at them.
Oh, the hoes ain't out yet. It might be too early. But I just don't understand why. Like, what's the? Oh yeah, you know what? I gotta wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 20th. It'll be sometime this afternoon. If you want to see the high-end prostitutes and when they get mad, or the ones who are doing well won't say anything, but the ones that aren't getting it, they need that bird call or whatever, the bat signal, they'll start talking about, I don't understand 50-50. It's always around between the 28th and the 5th of the next month when they're just like, I don't understand how I got to pay these bills and blah, blah, blah. Those are the ones that guys like Bill Belichick can come in and say, hey, man, you need your college paid. Shaq. That's all Shaq does is hang out with high-end escorts. Like,
they just want to see him settled down, married.
Yeah, man, he's not that, dog. He's living this. Men are not women. It's biological. Again, I know people don't like this shit, but biology, bro. Like, I could have a kid when I'm 100. My nuts are gonna be working. Unless they get snipped, they work all the way there. Women go through menopause, your body stops working. And then from there, but you live longer than us because you're supposed to be passing off game on how to be a mom, how to be a grandma, how to be all these other different things. Whereas men can literally recreate and restart from scratch. It's the trade-off. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, and most of us know, like, you know what I know? I can be as great of a father. I could be in the fatherhood hall of fame. I know what happens to the male lion when he gets older. They desert him. They leave him. Most men know you were born alone. You're gonna die a fucking alone. The only time it may be a little bit better for you is if you have a daughter and she may come and make it. But your boys are gonna go leave and do their own fucking thing. But you know who they gonna always take care of if she does them right? They fucking mama. The only women who ain't getting taken care of, but if you see the way that an older person is treated, that's how they treated their jits when they was young. If a boy don't take care of his mama and don't view that means his mama was out there again. Now it's gonna be a lot of them, you younger generation, y'all outside, thought girl summer and shit, leaving your babies to raise themselves. I know you're gonna get old and want your baby to help you. But that motherfucker gonna be like, nah, mama, I gotta have a life like you. Mama had to have a life too. Well, baby gotta have a life too. But anyways, man, just fuck that shit. Bill Belichick, all I care about is Bill. Well, I don't want to beat Florida State, but all you need to care about is Bill Belichick winning at North Carolina. If winning at North Carolina means you got to pay a bitch $250,000 or whatever a year to suck his dick, if he got it and it doesn't make North Carolina go bankrupt, fuck it, put her on the NIL deal. Shit, that's really what we need to be doing. How to make him happy.
We never got mad at old people doing things.
Hugh Hefner was a pimp.
The whole Playboy, man, y'all better chill. Y'all need to look in the mirror before y'all start throwing stones.
Like you wouldn't do it.
I know. Be on Pornhub that very day. Talk about
jacking up. I can't believe he's out here paying for a high-end escort while I'm watching free porn. I'm watching ghetto gaggers. Get the fuck out of here. The only problem I have is she ain't got no ass. If you're gonna pay that much money, man, like I mean, when they showed that pit, like I'm like, yo, how is it that baggy in the back?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's not nothing, man. She could at least go buy the little like because that's got to be uncomfortable.
I mean, that's what Shannon, whatever did, she got kicked up.
Yeah. Oh, man. Making me mad talking about this old granddad. Man, let that granddad get his nut. Oh,
so we're gonna transition from that topic to the NFL. Now we're gonna go through the draft, go through the 7 rounds, just mention some of the players we got a chance to interview, got a chance to see at the different events like the Senior Bowl, the Combine, etc., etc. So we are off to the races. So last time we aired our show, it was during the second round, I believe. So we got that out of the way. So we'll start from the third and work our way to the seventh, talk about some notable players as well. James, starting off at the third overall pick in the third round. I know you remember this name from the Senior Bowl. Harold Fannin Jr., the Bowling Green tight end, was a monster at the Senior Bowl. Freak athlete, freak stature, 6'3", 241 pounds, monster. And he led the FBS in receptions with 117. So that is a dog right there for sure. The one, the only, the slap. The slap got picked up by the Bills, James. I know that this was exciting to see.
It was, man, because again, I still it's I don't know if the disease makes you look sassy, but I think it was the slap that I can't get out of it. Just like, but Landon looked pretty good at the Senior Bowl, so kudos to him. The craziest thing about the draft is how many notable names didn't get drafted or got drafted low. But this should be a good pick that could develop into something. So
definitely, for sure, definitely looked great at the Senior Bowl and at the Combine as well. Then talked about our boy Azaria getting drafted right after Landon at that 73rd overall pick. Duval's own James Pat Bryant got a chance to get a picture with him, got a chance to get a little quick interview, if I'm not mistaken, with him at the Combine. But Duval's own man is going to the Broncos, the Mile High City of Denver, Colorado.
That'd be so cool. Atlantic Coast High School, shout out to them. Right around the corner.
Shout out to Pat Bryant for sure. Got a chance to interview Princely at the Senior Bowl. He is going to Sheena's team, the Panthers. So shout out to him. Jalen Noel was the second Iowa State wide receiver to be taken in the draft, joining Jaden Higgins, his teammate in Houston for the Texans. So excited to see that combination work out as well. And we got the Jaguars pick, the 88th and 89th pick. We're going to dive deeper into the Jags as we progress through this draft, but us drafting Caleb Ransall and then the Tulane cornerback, then we drafted Wyatt Millam, offensive guard from Virginia. Super excited about those picks. Like I said, we'll dive deeper into that as well. And this was one of the more surprising picks for me, James. Milroe went before Shedeur Sanders. Milroe went 28th in the third round to the Seattle Seahawks, joining Elijah Arroyo, joining Daniel Martinez, as we'll discuss about that. So were you surprised when Milroe got picked up in the third round by the Seahawks, James? What was your reaction?
Not as surprised after watching, going back and watching what we were discussing with Quincy. And, talking about Jalen Hurts didn't have the best performance at the Senior Bowl as well. And, obviously I saw some things with Jalen that I was just like, I don't really want him. But the draft process and the interviews were great. There's a scout talked about Jalen Milroe and how he came into the interview. And they said, they asked him a bunch of questions, but they talked about what his flaws were and what he's working on. And he was very extensive about it. And they said, that's not normal. Why would you talk about yourself like this? And he says, well, everybody who's trying to get in, none of us are perfect prospects. We should, if you don't know what you need to work on, how can you get better? He's like, in fact, if I came in and told you I had nothing to work on, you should take that as disrespect because I think you don't watch film. That's not humility. That's awareness. And I hear somebody tell me that if I got to pick a throwaway pick, I'll throw it away on him. Perfect example right here.
Yep, this is the post you were referring to. Just want to read you the word for word verbatim. He basically said to them, I wasn't in the room, but basically said, quote, you should be concerned with any guy that comes in this room who hasn't played a down of NFL football and doesn't tell you that he has weaknesses or that he isn't working on them. Plus, it's an insult because that means he doesn't think you know how to watch film.
I
Huge
think
shout.
that last sentence, again, you think that it means he doesn't think you know how to watch film. I want you guys to realize this. Everybody in those rooms, everybody knows how to watch film. Everybody knows how to watch film. And the only thing that transcends racism is winning. The NFL will find a Negro that was fast, like in all sports. If you actually can help me win, I will. It's the turn to talent ratio. He realized he didn't have much, but all right, actually, I'll take this call. Go ahead, Jordan.
Going to discuss some more notable draft picks, staying in the third round, transitioning into the other rounds while James is on this call. So we recently just discussed Jalen Milroe being taken with the 28th overall pick in the third round, going to the Seahawks. Next, we're going to discuss a somewhat surprising pick with the Cleveland Browns. They selected Dylan Gabriel with the 94th overall pick in the third round. Dylan Gabriel played for Oregon, had a great season with Oregon, and his pro comp is Kellen Moore, and he went to the Cleveland Browns with a surprising pick. Next, we're going to discuss the fourth round of the NFL draft. Going number one, Chimere DK from Florida, wide receiver. Got a chance to see him at the combine. Had a fast 40 time, so excited to see that. Jaguars got Mr. Tutton. Got a chance to see Basul run at the combine. Great player, great speed. Everything looked great on the field when it comes to his physicality. So super excited to see him in that Jaguars uniform. I know we're going to get dive deeper into Basul when we discuss the Jags picks. Your boy, James, Mr. Mr. Scatterby, as you like to
I was
call
hurt
him,
by that one.
is joining the Giants. Does not seem like a New York Giants guy to me. Doesn't seem like it fits. Seems a little off. But what do you think about him going to the Giants with Abdul Carter, with Jackson Dart, James?
That's it kind of fits, like, you know, that cold weather, hard nosed, hard hitting running back. I'm just like, I'm mad we didn't get him, dog. Everybody was saying, well, you gonna get what you gonna be. I love a white running back, man. But you know, we picked two. Not like 2 and 2. Do we know Mosquito Boo ran a 4.6? They said no, they lied about his 40, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. Well, let me look it up what he ran. But yeah, while I'm looking that up, let's see. There was no official time from his pro day, but he just ran in front of scouts. I remember that. We watched the video. We tried to time it ourselves, but it's probably around that four. Oh, okay. So somebody said 4.65. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay,
so that's what I was getting. 4.6. Yeah.
That's a good white time.
Shout out to Cameron.
All right, bro. Like, I just got to be honest with you. Like, it's just like he's not the exciting white. Like, yeah, he's not an Iowa white or what's my boy that was with the Panthers? That's with the 49ers now, I guess. The McCaffrey. He ain't McCaffrey, but you know, we want Scatterboo to be he's a brain scrambler. That's what he is.
Moving on, huge shout out to Cam Scatterbo for getting that opportunity to get drafted by the Giants. Next, we got Jack Kaiser for the Jags, Notre Dame linebacker. Moving on through this draft, Trevor Etienne went to the Panthers. He got selected with the 114th overall pick. Georgia running back, obviously the brother of the Jaguars' own Travis Etienne, our running back as well. So, James, would you expect Trevor to go in the 4th round at this position. Did this seem fitting for his skill set and for his college resume?
Yeah, his resume wasn't really that impressive. I mean, he played SEC. His resume is I played in the SEC, and I was a starting running back. You know, he wasn't bad. I think he's probably a better runner of the ball than Travis is, but he's not as good as Travis. Travis was a motherfucker. Like Travis, I hate it. The only thing I'm mad about Travis now is that he's not as good as he was at Clemson. Like he terrorized me for 4 years at Clemson. And like the things that I saw him do, like run by people, make people miss, he can't do that here. Like he can't dodge a phone pole. A telephone pole.
Congratulations to his brother for getting drafted to Sheena's team. Again, we have some type of correlation here.
But a great draft story would be one woman's womb produced 2 draft picks. Like that's crazy. Like what? Like we need to be studying these households. Like what did they do differently than everybody else? Instead of studying households of celebrities that don't have this kind of genetics.
Moving down through the 4th round, I got a chance to interview, or not interview, but I think I witnessed Lathan Ransom's combine interview. So he got drafted by the Panthers as well. So shout out to him. And then you had edge rusher from Ohio State, Jack Sawyer, going to Ohio State in the 4th round. Excuse me. Thought Shedeur was going to go this pick as well, but we're going to keep moving on from that. Malachi Moore, got a chance to interview him at the combine. He went to the Jets as well. So huge shout out to Malachi. And our boy, Joshua Farmer, like we previously mentioned, got picked up with the 137th overall pick to the Patriots. So shout out to that boy, Joshua, again. Moving on in the 5th round, going to run through this. This is a pretty stacked round right here, if you ask me. My honest opinion. Cam Jackson from Florida got drafted by the Panthers, and James, our boy, Alabama A&M's offensive tackle Carson Vincent got chosen in the 5th round to join Lamar Jackson in B. Moore.
Why not us? HBCUs all day, but Tootin went to an HBCUs as well. A lot of people don't realize this, but a great time to be talking about HBCU players, man, getting them chances.
Speaking of an HBCU player getting that chance, this was the most highly debated pick in the draft. The Cleveland Browns, with the 144th pick, selected former HBCU Jackson State quarterback, former Colorado quarterback, Shedeur Sanders.
Now, the only thing I would say is that before we get into, I guess, whatever, I don't know. We got to go through the draft, but like, all right, you got Dylan Gabriel, and then you came back and got this. This doesn't make sense. Maybe they just didn't think Shedeur was going to be there, but I'm glad that he did go to a team, one of the 4 teams that needed a quarterback. So, cool. He got picked. That's an important thing to not shy away from.
Like you mentioned, James, we're going to take a deeper dive once we get through the 7 rounds of the draft as well. So moving on, Jaden Blue, running back from Texas, signed with America's team, Dallas. Shout out to him as well. Jalen Rivers from Jacksonville, from Oak Leaf, offensive guard, signed with got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, 6'6", 319-pound offensive guard. Shout out to him, Duval's own. Moving down the list as well. Got some more notable names here as well. You got Chris Paul Jr., linebacker from Ole Miss. Transitioning into the 6th round, Ollie Gordy, strong runner of the football from Oklahoma State. Big running back, got drafted by the Dolphins in the 6th round. Kyle McCord, the Syracuse QB, another ACC guy right here, got drafted by the Eagles, which is kind of surprising. So moving down, Will Howard, the Ohio State quarterback. the champion from this past semester, was picked up by the Steelers, James? Was this did you see this coming? Because I know they have Mason Rudolph. We were speculating them getting Shador or either Jalen Milroe, but them signing Will Howard coming from that recent championship season did not surprise. This was pretty surprising to me because I really think they would have gone with Shador.
I thought the Steelers would have been, but this is just the real story is what the Steelers are trying to force Mike Tomlin into. I think they're not going to just fire him. Like they're not going to just let him walk off into the sunset. They're trying to make him have his first below 500 team. And they're going to make it so like bad. Like he has no control. They put the crash out twins on his roster and with no quarterback, I don't yeah. I don't see that. I don't see what this is good.
Yeah, feel bad for Mike Tomlin. I don't know what tricks they're trying to pull, but they got something up their sleeve for sure in Pittsburgh. Excuse me. Next, Jaguars had the 194th overall pick Jalen McLeod, from Auburn, linebacker right there. Boise State edge rusher Ahmed Hussein, went to Detroit. Very fitting pick for the Lions right here. During his draft phone call, he told coach he would die for him. And don't let Dan Campbell hear that because he's going to make you prove it. With the 197th pick in the draft, the Houston Texans selected Graham Mertz, Florida quarterback. I was surprised by this pick, but huge shout out to Graham for getting drafted as well. Jaguars had another pick in this round, the 200 pick, and we selected Rayon Lane, a Navy safety who was a baller, and then we're going to discuss that a little bit more. Got a chance to interview Brenton Taylor at the Combine, got drafted to the Chargers, so enjoy that weather. LaJohntay Wester from Colorado got drafted to the Ravens as well, and Jimmy Horn from Colorado. Got a chance to interview him on our socials. He got drafted to Sheena's team, the Panthers, with the 208th overall.
I thought he would have been picked up earlier, but I like what they're doing with the Panthers offense.
I'm definitely a fan as well of these new picks for the Panthers offense as well. So we're going to finish off this with the 7th round. So we got Jonah Monheim from USC, a center who is very versatile. We got him with the 221st pick. Damian Martinez, Miami running back, got drafted to the Seahawks, joining his teammate Elijah Arroyo. So shout out to him.
I'm shocked he fell so low.
Me too. So to get into his numbers, he was 12th in his position ranked, 123 overall ranking, and he had a grade of 66. So he averaged 6.1 yards per carry in 2 seasons at Oregon State. He be transferred to Miami and became the first Hurricanes running back to rush for more than 1,000 yards in the season since 2016. So he had some legendary numbers under his belt as well. While the Buccaneers drafted Tez Johnson, the lightest player in the NFL draft, coming in at 154 pounds. The Jaguars had the 236th pick, and we picked LaQuint Allen from Syracuse. I'm a fan of his game as well. And some other notable names on the list as well. Having Kobe Minor as the Mr. Irrelevant pick, the 6', 190-pound cornerback from Memphis, took the last spot in the NFL draft. So overall, great draft. And we're going to get into the Jaguars and get into a little bit deep dive into what James thinks of our picks and how we can pan out from here. So let me just open these up for you, get that shared with you guys. So boom, got this right here. So these are our picks for the NFL 2025 draft that the Jaguars made. I know we talked about Travis Hunter from so that was on Friday. We discussed Travis Hunter, that monumental trade the Jaguars made with the Browns to get that number 2 pick in the draft, receiving Hunter. I know, James, you were on the news last night, First Coast News, talking about how Travis Hunter is growing on you as a player. You started thinking about our needs, especially on the offense and defensive side of the ball, and just dive deeper into what you were expounding on last night on the news with Travis Hunter being in this program.
I mean, the easiest way to get him in there is just he's the slot on defense and offense. He's the guy that you want to be in space, that you want to be able to create mismatches. And I think that's a great way to be able to allow him to be what the theme of all the press conferences was. We want Travis Hunter to be Travis Hunter. And this allows him to be Travis Hunter, electric and making plays. Even on defense, like you put him in 3rd and long situations or true passing downs, and like you hope that the quarterback forces it to him and that he's going to be a walking play. I think that's how you get your money's worth. That's how you get the most bang for your buck, and that's how you make him into an exciting player and kind of carry over what he's been able to do in college. He's not going to play every play though. That's just not realistic at this level, but a majority of the offensive snaps, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want him blocking at all. I don't want him making a tackle. So like don't put him in situations where he has to be too physical. And I think he's going to be perfectly okay.
Who would you comp him to? Whether pass or still in the NFL?
Wide receiver Devontae Smith with the Eagles. And a corner.
I heard someone on TV say Champ Bailey.
Fuck no.
I know. I got so upset.
Fuck no. This is the bullshit I be talking about, dog. Champ Bailey, man, that's one of the fucking goats, dog. Like hell no. Like Champ Bailey is a island guy.
Yeah.
I'm not putting him on an island not because he's not good, because bitch he is frail.
Yeah.
Like again, just think about like we have seen what happens when he goes up against big receivers.
Yeah.
We saw the Arizona kid. We saw the Stanford kid. We saw these guys. It's not his fault. He can hold his own, but he's getting fucking bullied. Like, and it's not gonna happen. He ain't gained the weight yet. He grown now. He's going to be a Caribbean man when he gets older. Skinny with a fucking gut. That's what's gonna happen, man. Yo, man, like man, dog, I'm so tired of these motherfuckers just saying shit. Like you got the crackhead over here still, Michael Irvin over here talking, man, get the fuck out. Y'all, that's you. I'm just saying, man, like Champ Bailey, dog, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to him and Champ Bailey. That's all we gotta say is I can't think. Like, oh, and I'm saying I can't give you a corner right now.
Yeah.
I can't give you a corner. I gotta marinate on that one a little bit. But my bad. All right, let's go and change it.
Before we get into Caleb Ransall, I just want to read off this stat about Travis. So Travis averaged 113.9 snaps per game last season, and he had 9 games in his Colorado career in which he played 120 or more snaps. No other player has had a game in which they played 120 or more snaps over the past 5 years.
That's a lot of snaps. I played that many in a double overtime game. It's not fun.
That is an extreme number of snaps. Next, we'll talk about the Jaguars' 3rd round, number 88 overall pick in Caleb Ransall, a cornerback from Tulane. Just read some stats off for you. Gladstone really liked how physical Ransall was, and he praised his ability as a tackler. Ransall had 114 tackles in 4 years, including 51 at Troy. What stands out is his tackle ratio, said Gladstone. Quote, the root word of the position, safety, is safe, and he's somebody that can make sure that when there is someone who gets loose, he can get him down. So the Jaguars had the worst pass defense in the NFL last season, 4,375 yards allowed, the worst mark in franchise history, and were also last in yards per attempt, allowing yards per attempt allowed, which was 7.9, and 20-plus plays allowed, which is 71. James, what are your thoughts on Ransall? Did you get a chance to see any of his highlights or anything like that? And from the stats I read just recently, what do you think he can bring to that Jaguars defensive scheme.
That's about right where we drafted Cisco a few years ago, and it worked out with him. So
for sure. Next, we got the 89th overall pick, Wyatt Millam. He is from West Virginia, standing at 6'6". He's a little tall with that 6'6" height, but even if he doesn't have a starting job at left guard, the Jaguars view Millam as a key addition because he is really versatile on that line, playing multiple positions playing the multiple position route as well. Get a chance to see that. But yeah, he'll be immediate competition for left guard Ezra Cleveland. So the Gladstone really wanted a lot of security for that O-line, and 6'6", 313. That's a lot of security right there.
mm-hmm.
Shout out to Wyatt. Next, James, I know we can speak on this a little bit more, but with the 104th overall pick, we selected Mr. Basul Tutton in the 4th round. So Tutton was a running back and a kick returner at VT the past 2 seasons, producing 2,963 all-purpose yards over the past 2 seasons. He had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in 2023. And the Jaguars are thinking that we're going to utilize him for that kickoff as well. So Tutton was the fastest running back at the combine this past year with a 4.32 official time. And ETN is playing on this 5th-year option. So there could be a role for him in that running back role. But how excited are you to have Tutton possibly getting that running back spot, but also return some kicks?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, if he's somebody that it's a wild card, like you have to figure out what you want to do with Travis Etienne. Yeah, obviously they didn't pick up the 5th-year option, so right now you're gonna have to re-sign him next year, or you got to let him walk. Same thing with Tank Bigsby. But with both of those guys, you have fumble issues, and you need a guy who can give the hard runs, but you also need a home run threat. With his speed, he can give you that, and he can be able to hit the home run threat. He's not bad catching the ball out the backfield. He could actually be your all-around good back, and to get him in that round saves you money. Because again, get 4 years out of him, go find another guy, or re-sign him. But the point in all of this is you finally have a guy that you want. Again, one of the things that I like about all these picks is that, well, outside of the safety, but most of these picks have played on the big stage, and they were really, really good. They were some of the best players in their conference. So you have obviously Big 12, ACC, one of the top running backs in the ACC, and then moving forward to a guy who's played in the college football playoff. Coming up with the next person you're going to talk about.
Yep, just a perfect segue, James. Jack Kaiser played in the college football playoff, was a part of the college football playoff championship, falling short to the Ohio State Buckeyes. But we have Jack Kaiser. So Jack Kaiser is a 6'1", 231-pound linebacker. So Kaiser had a career-high 90 tackles last season with Notre Dame, and he leaves the school as the school's all-time leader in games played. And he is regarded as an outstanding special teams player, right, as well. So super excited to see Jack on that field, James. And what do you think his impact could be if he continues to run his course and he continues to prove the haters wrong?
Yo, I think he's gonna be. I think you need a linebacker. You need a white linebacker. I always get one of those that can help. But I think that's where you needed to get an upgrade. I really wish we would have had a 2nd round pick, so you could have maybe addressed this need a little bit earlier. But he's all in all, I think that's a good solid quality pickup from a guy that should not be afraid of playing top talent.
With our 6th round pick, we picked Mr. Jalen out of Auburn, linebacker, 6'1", 241 pounds, with the 194th overall pick. So he finished with 22.5 sacks in his 5-year career, including 8 last season. So so Jaguars want him to fill that role of that kind of edge versatile linebacker spot. So he played multiple linebacker spots at Auburn. So he has that versatility behind his name. That was the key with this draft. A lot of players that Gladstone in the organization chose were speedy, guys who can play multiple positions, and I really like that route as well. So excited to see that we got Mr. Jalen coming from the SEC from Auburn. Now, James.
Also, real quick, all the NIL haters, all the transfer portal haters, you got multiple guys in this draft that played at smaller schools that went to bigger schools for the Jaguars. So you can't be a Jaguar fan and like this draft and hate the transfer portal. Again, key to life, you're being hypocritical.
So, James, you mentioned that you weren't too much of a fan of this pick right here. Rayon Lane III, safety from the Navy. So, just read you some of the stats for you right here. First team All-American Athletic Conference, led the team with 3 forced fumbles, started all 13 games, raked in 70 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 was a pick 6, 4 pass breakups, and yeah, James, let's dive into deeper on why you really wasn't a fan of Mr. Lane. Is it because he played at the Navy at the smaller schools, not that much of a big stage?
Navy had one of the best years they've had in quite some time, as well as Army, until they played a team. And then they just kind of disappeared. So, I mean, I think obviously I know he's going to have a good work ethic and be disciplined, but I don't really see it. So, I mean, but I'm not going to like lose a lot of sleep over these late picks.
Agreed. We can finish out the draft picks with these last 2 picks right here. So in the 221st overall pick, we selected Jonah Monheim, an offensive lineman from USC. Monheim started 12 games at center last season, but has also started games at right tackle, left tackle, and right guard. So it continues to show how much we value that offensive lineman versatility with Monheim, standing at 6'4", 302 pounds. So our last pick in the 2025 NFL draft was LaQuint Allen, another ACC running back coming from Syracuse, standing at 6 foot tall, 204 pounds right here. So Allen is Syracuse single season records for receptions with 64 and receiving yards 521 by a running back in 2024, and those 64 catches led all FBS running back as well, and his blocking game is pretty straight as well. So super excited about the running backs we picked up, James.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, I don't think he makes the team, but embarrassment of riches. Like, so one of those two are going to make it's basically these 2 guys get a chance to look at each other and say only one of us is making the squad. So it should be really good competition in camp. I can't wait to go watch these practices and get active.
I know we got Shedeur to discuss, so moving on. The former Dolphins free agent defensive end Emmanuel Ogbah is also signing a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million with the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. I wanted to touch up on that before we dive into more of the NFL draft news. Before we get in Shedeur, we have a sad story to discuss. So Steelers first round pick Derek Harmon's mother has passed away. If you guys were watching the draft, through his story, when he got drafted, he mentioned how sick his mom was, especially when he went to school, had to leave his home state. So that was hard for him to be in another state while his mom was battling sickness. And then after he was drafted, Derek immediately went to the hospital to tell her he was a Steeler. And right after, she passed away. So thoughts and prayers to Derek in this sad time. But, she wanted him to be in this position of greatness with him getting drafted in the NFL draft. So I know she's looking down, smiling on him.
It's
just
tough.
A sad story.
Stayed around long enough to see him live that dream. That's an awesome thing about how strong that woman was. So sad for him. Again, so many good stories and powerful stories of strength and family that just got lost in this draft because we live in a world in a love in hip hop atmosphere and culture that wants to thrive off of storylines like it's WWE, but like that's something that I know that I'm grateful that we're not being inundated with that because it's got to already be tough. Kind of same thing with our boy Betch. Got drafted, but his brother was one of the people who were killed in the on Bourbon Street. when the terrorist attack, whatever it was, the guy drove her down up and down Bourbon Street. But yeah, man, I know he's gonna have to deal with that. He's gonna get a lot of questions about that over the next couple of weeks. But strength to that family, and just again, so many really good storylines that, like, in my opinion, that happened in this draft that just drown out a narrative. And maybe the NFL purposely did this shit, but if they did, they're fucking geniuses and they're making people look really stupid in the grand scheme of things. And I guess that's what we're about to get into.
Speaking of looking stupid, let's first talk about where Shedeur was drafted, get a little deeper dive into that. Let me share this screen with you guys. Like we previously mentioned, Shedeur Sanders was drafted with the 144th overall pick to the Cleveland Browns, even though Cleveland selected Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round. But before Shedeur got a chance to receive the proper phone call, Shedeur got prank called. If you guys did not see this, Shedeur Sanders was getting prank called, but don't worry, he is not the first nor the last to get prank called. So an NFL official said the league is looking into how Shedeur's private number was leaked and then used for the prank call, but they found out in no time. So let's dive into this. So Shedeur had the phone call, got a prank phone call during the draft, and he mentioned on live stream that only people who had the number was NFL talent, NFL executive and NFL upper management. So he was wondering, how did somebody get the number to prank call him? So rumor was, and it ultimately was true, that Jack Ulbrich, the son of the Falcons defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, was behind the Shedeur Sanders prank call we're going to play for you guys in a short moment. So we're going to play the video, and this is the culprit right here in the back with that arrow above his head. And he released a statement on Instagram after getting exposed. So this is what he had to say about the prank phone call he made to Shedeur. On Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And this is how the prank phone call went down in real time.
Hey, is this Shedeur? Hey, this is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be nothing there.
Hey, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Awful.
What does that mean? What? What did he say? I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone? You heard that?
I love Shiloh. Shiloh is my favorite Sanders. It's been my favorite for a while, dog. Though Dion doesn't like him. I like Shiloh. Shiloh cool with me. Shiloh gonna tell you, Shiloh is you know how in the movie, like basically Friday After Next, right? Day took the shine over from Cube. And Money Mike, like just always that person, like there's the main character. But then there's the one guy that's always, he's so quick with it. Like Shiloh found a role and knows how to play that role. I don't need to be the main guy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the comic. I'm going to be the Robin so good that it's going to make you believe that I should be. Like I would follow Shiloh following everybody else. But that was fucked up. I ain't gonna lie though, that was wild. It's a very stressful time.
That's why you got to beat your kids.
I hope that Atlanta. No. And this guy's 21 years old that was doing it. Like he goes to Ole Miss, walk on to Ole Miss. Like the problem is this dummy that posted this shit. Yeah. From their side of it, like how arrogant must you be to do something like it? Though I can see why, but what do I say is the most dangerous drug? I'm telling you, dog. Y'all don't. It's stronger than fentanyl. Clout and attention is stronger than fentanyl, dog. That's the thing that's killing everybody. And what so for people who just think that I'm just a hater, right? I think that just the apology isn't enough.
Run the hands.
Oh, well, that too. But my bad. Were you gonna say how he got this information, Jaden, or do you know that?
No, nothing has been confirmed yet, but many people are speculating that he got the phone, obviously, from his dad or somebody in the organization leaked him the number, and that's the only way he was able to call them because, like Shadur mentioned in the video we were playing, if you played a little bit longer, that only NFL executives and upper management had this phone number.
So, one could deduce that they got this from his pops. And the Falcons have issued a statement. Apparently, so many people have issued statements. Man, I'm fucking him up.
Yeah, for sure.
And he did not just do this to Shadur. He did it to the tight end for Penn State, I believe. He did it to quite a few people. And dad finna get spanked too for being reckless. Because this is what happened. This is why I believe, like, if parents don't get checked, then they're gonna keep doing stupid shit like this. Like the dad need to feel it too. So he can know not to leave his phone around. You're too open. Don't leave your shit around your kids.
If you know you're raising a little a-hole.
Yeah, like, okay, cool. You think it's funny. This is what y'all want to do. All right, cool. Now I want you to see how your actions, because again, if my son does, like, if I do something fuck up, it fucks up with the family. That should be how they feel. You be held accountable.
Speaking of accountability, James, the Atlanta Falcons did release a statement concerning the defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, and his son's involvement with this prank call. So I'm going to read this for you guys. Quote, earlier in the week, Jax Ulbrich, the 21-year-old son of defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, unintentionally came across the draft contact phone number for Shadur Sanders off an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down to later conduct a prank call. Jeff Ulbrich was unaware of the data exposure or any facets of the prank and was made aware of the above only after the fact. The Falcons do not condone this behavior and send our sincere apologies to Sanders and his family, who we have been in contact with to apologize to, as well as facilitate an apology directly from Jax to the Sanders family. We have also been in contact with the NFL and will continue to cooperate fully with any inquiries we may receive from the NFL League office. We are thoroughly reviewing all protocols and updating if necessary to help prevent an incident like this from happening again. And the Falcons did release a statement saying that Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, wasn't facing any repercussions.
Bull fucking shit. This is what I want right here. There's a great movie that's out that came out a few years ago. It actually, the previews that the clips, so it's one of them good ones, like where the clips don't give away the movie. No matter how much you watch it, I could not expect The Gentleman to be what it was. It was good, one of them British kind of funny / gangster films. And it's the one with I forgot, Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, so that's what I want. He's like, I want my money, but that's the business side of it. What I can't forgive is the fact that you touched my family. And for that, I will only be happy with a pound of flesh. I don't want not a little bit. I don't want any over, and I don't want less. I want a pound of flesh. That's what I said. What I said. I thought I said The Gentleman. Yeah, it's. Yep. You know what? This is me. if Deion Sanders is the father of the year that everybody wants to claim, right? This is what James Coleman would go do to the owner. Matter of fact, it don't have to be the DC. I want the owner because technically the owner isn't the owner. This fell up under your guys. What's my dude? You got Raheem, right? Isn't that who's the head coach for the? He got a cool real black name, right? The Falcons head coach.
It's Raheem. Raheem Morris.
Radio Raheem. Me and Radio Raheem. This is us talking. If this is what happened with me, and this is the truth. This is the only way I will feel good about this situation in this scenario. And you only can see this with us watching this because they're gonna definitely make me take this off. Yeah, hold on, you keep going. Did he do it here? Or were they outside? It was the movies. It's just way different than that. But that's how I am right there. I don't want your fucking apology. You're not apologizing to me because you're sorry. You're apologizing to me because you got caught.
Right.
Like you're not sorry. You thought this shit was funny.
Have him apologize in his face live with the gloves on. That's a mercy.
That would be dope. But no, because you know what? No, fuck that. Because Shadur can't fucking fight.
He gotta be able to beat this little boy up.
No, I don't give a fuck. It's not going to be good. Shadur Sanders is the problem with the Shadur Sanders situation is you're trying to make him Deion can't fight either, but you're trying to make him Deion. He's not Deion. He is not. He is the only thing he has in common with Deion is Sanders. Now, if you want to pay somebody, like if you want to, like Mike Tyson is really mad. And for each time Mike doesn't feel it, he punches him 100% for that. All in on that. All in on that. Outside of that, nah. Like get Clarissa Shields.
Ooh. Beat me up.
Nah, that'd be too much fun. That's too much like foreplay. Not John Jones. What's my guy from Alabama that was the bronze bomber? Damn, I can't think of his name. The boxer. He did that to somebody who was talking about his daughter. And that was part of the reason why he got into boxing was to feed her because she had like she has a disability, and he was like tagging off on her ass, bam, bam. But like Deontay Wilder, but this is what you know what? Or if you feel like Gilly the Kid, you feel like Gilly, you get your punk ass in there and show us these street stories that you supposedly have that your cousin, like your cousin just destroyed. When I came on the block, niggas was afraid and they left. So what are you talking about? It must have been when I went to jail because when I came on the block, everybody was having conversations with us. They were so happy to be around them.
And it makes so much sense. Gilly like 150.
But ain't nobody to forget that shit. The only thing that's scary is that you start moving and wiggling like a little worm, and like it's just uncomfortable as opposed to scary. And you talk like that. You sound like you 75 and you 41, bro. He's my age, dog.
Damn.
He just lived a really hard life. Like his cut is crazy. His older cousin who's done a bid looks younger than him. Anyways, my bad. All right, but that's my thoughts on that, man. Fuck him. Fuck his apology. Fuck the Atlanta Falcons. Fuck Ole Miss. Like, it's just not right. But the only thing is, I'm like, everybody's making. See, this is why it's racism. This is why it's racism, and the NFL doesn't like. Man, they did this shit to Cooper DeJean last year too.
Really?
Yeah, like Cooper got a whole that's it. White, black, Arab, Indian, whatever, that shit's wrong because you're already in a stressful situation. Just for the whole, I know you've been waiting a long time, but you're gonna have to keep waiting. Like that's fucked up, dog.
If this wasn't a real situation,
if it wasn't like, yeah, it was like I wanted to be funny, but like, damn, like that shit is that if I had, you know what, if I had never been on that side, it might be more funny to me. And part of the dark humor in me thinks it's kind of funny, but it's also, I know the stress that comes with being right there. Like your life is about to change in a matter of one phone call, and it's somebody, and you're already like, you have to be cool because everybody else is around you. But like you just like I would have just.
And Shador is probably not the best comp, but imagine a player who's, like the dude who did it for his mama, or
like it's people you don't know what people are like. People are really dealing with shit, and you fucking with them, and like, bro.
Your son always had millions, always had money. And you really stressing somebody out who might have just made it up the hood. Yeah, this kid got to go.
Yeah.
Definitely a scary situation, stressful situation to be in for the players on the other end of that call, and too much high stakes environment and emotions going on. So hoping to see some type of repercussion besides a crappy Instagram post. But to highlight and cleanse our timeline, this was a video of Shador getting drafted.
There goes my dog taking the spotlight again, dog. There goes my dog.
You know what? Shiloh is the thing.
Dog, get you a Shiloh, dog. Get you a Shiloh in your life, bro. Like if my kids, if my boys ain't celebrating each other like this, then I did something wrong, dog. Shiloh is that motherfucker, dog. I like Shiloh.
Speaking of doing something wrong, this is the live reaction of the Browns organization when they drafted Shador and did not look too happy in there.
Is it reality?
Yo, okay, so, bro, hold up. Pause that right there. I don't want to hear shit about white supremacy. I don't want to hear shit about white people. Look at the fucking black dude.
He's sick.
Even he doesn't know why we're doing this shit. And y'all want to sit here and write think pieces? He's just like, man, no. No. Like, man, we just got some nut ass freak bulls in here, man. Come on, man. Like, is he the quarterback coach? Because, like, the quarterback coach, is this a prank? Y'all got me the nut ass freak bull. You got rid of the guy who prays, eats crab legs. You brought in a pineapple boy that's 5'9", and then we bring in a guy who can't complete a pass in the 10 to 15 yard mark. Like, what the fuck are we doing? But nah, it's just funny. Like that man's face is like Shiloh Black Boy Joy. Shiloh is genuine excitement. None of those guys in that room feel like the way that the rest of the social media is putting out here. Nobody feels that way in that room and I'm just telling you, you can break it down. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but do any of those people see the future of the Browns very bright by their faces? It looks like they're stressed to go to work. And even when you read oh, that's the general manager.
Yeah, he's the GM. He's the GM who is so sick.
All right, so this is how I know we don't know. People are just making comments, dog. This is the white man, and you don't understand what it's like to be a black man in America with pride and confidence and cockiness, and they confuse it for arrogance, and then the white man don't want to draft you. The black man don't want to draft you. He looks like he was like, man, I'm not. It goes back to what I was saying. Give me the only person, to his credit, it is only one person that has actually given me a game, and I went and watched it, and you don't want to use that game. TCU lost that game more than won that game. But would you put your career, GM's careers are put on the line for quarterbacks, especially if you draft them in the first round? Would you put your career on the line for this? As a black dude, we see this all the time. Your homie from the block, you can't just put everybody on. Not when you first got the job.
the GMs come out and say he was just probably tired at that time. I just can't with this dude.
I with him.
Yeah.
You're tired, but then there's things that happen. A couple of things happen when you're tired and things transpire. You ever been in a situation where you had no energy, but then something good happened, and then boom, all of a sudden you get a little burst, right? Or you just see something and you're tired and you're like, man, then your real emotions come out when you're tired. And again, I'm not knocking where they picked him at. I think where they picked him at is great value. I think they could have waited and not gotten Dylan Gabriel and would have probably could have got somebody. Maybe that's his face. Like, damn, I could have just not got Dylan Gabriel. And I could have walked right into the quarterback, to another quarterback that I wanted. That might be it. But all I'm saying is that GM is a black man who did not look very excited. And you can't say he didn't look excited about drafting a black man because he's drafted a lot of black men. It's just that black man he didn't look excited to draft.
Following Shador's draft announcement, he was seen at a Dallas club later that night with the rapper Lil Shimmy. And you can see him, everybody staring. They got him in 4K, James. So we're going to play this video and show another post as well. You see Shador coming in with the ice, with the black wife beater, and the Cleveland Browns hat as well. You can see him here in the Dallas club. And then, James, he posted with one of, how can I say this? She got some time to be like her mom. That's all I can say. Young Miami at this club. You see the ice shining, but they teaching them in 4K.
Give me old Miami more, but young Miami not bad right there. She got body work, but she getting a little bit better with that age on her. She's like 31, 32 a little bit, but you gotta remember she got peed on. That was Puffy. Puffy was paying her to do that Dubai stuff with. So like I don't know if I could just. Yeah, it's kind of tough to get over that.
But Dion was not sad because Shiloh ended up getting picked up by the Bucks. He is signed with the Buccaneers. Shout out to Shiloh as well. And then they also signed Desmond Watson from Florida. So the Bucks have the lightest and heaviest player in the NFL on their roster. They drafted Tez Johnson, who was 154 pounds, and signed Desmond Watson, who is 464 pounds, as an undrafted free agent.
It's just not healthy.
Sumo.
Nah, as I was talking with one GM about him, they said the things that you would bring him in for, like you would think he'd be hard to push, he gets fucking driven back a lot on short yardage situations. So like, it's just not a good football player.
Yeah.
And he's fat. Like you couldn't even use him to counteract the tush push.
So this is the NFL Draft Undrafted Free Agent Tracker, where you can track undrafted free agent signings. So we're going to go through some notable names like we did with the draft as well. The Falcons signed wide receiver from San Jose State, Nick Nash, who is a former quarterback that transitioned to a wide receiver, one of the top receivers in college football this past season. And they signed Kobe Bryant as well, the cornerback from Kansas, who had that internet beef with Travis Hunter. Moving on throughout the league, got some more notable names here as well. James, we got a name at the Rams that I'm super excited to talk about as well. Jacoby George from Miami is with the Panthers.
Shout out to Luke. My guy Luke, that's his favorite wide receiver for the U.
Oh, shout out to Luke. And then also we had Ryan Fitzgerald signed with the Panthers as well. So keep moving on. Got some more notable names as well. You got Tyler Neville, tight end for Virginia, signed up with the Cowboys. got some more free agent list names as well. But guys, if you want to check out your favorite team, see who your favorite team signed, just go to the Draft Network and it has the free agent signings. And the Jaguars had a field day with free agent signings. James got this list of players right here. We took Seth Hennigan, QB from Memphis, as an undrafted free agent, taking Chandler Brayboy, wide receiver from Elon, got another wide receiver from Boise State. Got some more notable names in the mix as well. So excited to see who's going to stay, who's going to leave.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about camp. Somebody will always rise to the top in these situations. So kudos to those guys and congratulations and enjoy it. Restrepo did get picked up. Restrepo was with the Tennessee Titans.
Yep. We're going to get there in a little bit. But James, I don't know if you saw this or paid attention, but read this name right here, man.
Willie Lump, my dog. Again, he has all the accolades. Small school to a big school. Dominated the Senior Bowl. Undersized. And didn't get an opportunity, and nobody's fucking crying for him. But Willie Lampkin, North Carolina, from North Carolina, I think he was the ACC Offensive Lineman of the Year this year, and he went to the Rams as an undrafted free agent.
One of the best players I've seen on tape, or on tape in person, for his size and, like you said, for his measurables. One of the most dominant players I've seen on the football field as well. So yeah, those are the main undrafted free agent signings we wanted to discuss. We got into Shiloh and Desmond Watson coming out of Tampa. So I'm going to go to Tampa, read you some of the other names as well. So like we previously mentioned, Desmond Watson from Florida was signed to Tampa. Shiloh Sanders as well. Josh Williams, running back from LSU, went there as well. And to finish off our undrafted free agent signing list, we're going to discuss Xavier Restrepo. He signed with the Tennessee Titans, and his QB1 was drafted number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans, with that being Cam Ward. And then we have the video of Restrepo receiving that phone call once he got signed by the Titans.
I didn't realize the thing on his face was real, dog. Like, that's a real. I thought somebody. I'm like, he can't keep getting punched, but like that's like a birth defect, I think.
Yes, sir. Y'all never said, sir. All right, buddy. All right, talk to you soon. All right, bye. Okay. Tennessee.
That's a great moment. Yeah, like I could. Yeah. It's like you're fighting disappointment, right? Because you felt you worked hard. Again, I just want people to understand this. Like, everybody fucking working hard and having the resume doesn't fucking guarantee anything. They all fucking worked hard. They all fought to get in this position. They all waited their whole life. He's the number 1 receiver in the University of Miami history in terms of yards. And he didn't get drafted. And I know his agent was telling him different things. He went to the combine. He did everything that they told him to do. And then this happened. But even with all of that, you still are grateful. Like, you're disappointed, right? But you're grateful for the opportunity. And he's right at work. And you know what? This is when people say, oh, they created a monster. They did that. This is the creating a monster. Because he kind of, shit. Let me stop. Don't be James. Don't be you for a second, James. Let's talk about this. All right, cool. I don't think he went to the club right after that. I don't think he grabbed the Titans hat, his best wife beater, and his chain, and went out celebrating. That motherfucker probably went, ate some food, reflected on the situation, made his arrangements, and got in the lab and got to work. Because that's what a monster would do when it's getting created. Is figure out how to actually prove everybody wrong and not worry about a fucking brand. It's the difference, man. Like, y'all just don't want to admit this shit, man. Like, y'all, again, like, I didn't know he went. Like, Jade, I really wish you didn't. Because I'm on Team Sanders that he should not have been drafted that low. But I'm also like, the reason why you got drafted that low is because everybody doesn't think you love football. That's the truth. And if the first thing you did after being mad, like, you go to the fucking, like, man, get the fuck out of there, bro. Like, I don't know how serious you are about this shit. Sorry. But that was a dope-ass moment for Reposado.
Yeah, huge shout out to Restrepo and his family. Hopefully he can ball out with his QB in Tennessee and continue that college career. So we're going to transition from our NFL segment to our Big Games BS segment. Got some videos to run through before the end of the show, where we bring our scope of discussion outside of football per se, discussing other sports and popular culture topics. We have a popular culture topic to discuss right now. This person is taking our Old Head Wyland segment for today. So who are we talking about? The former Turkey Leg Hut owner, Lynn Price himself. So he was arrested for allegedly setting an old business partner's bar 5015 on fire down the street from their old restaurant. We have this news clip to play.
Prosecutors say Price conspired to set fire to bar 1515 back in 2020, a bar owned by his former business partner. He's accused of recruiting a group, including 2 other Houston men, to pour gasoline and ignite the fire. The indictment also alleges Price paid them afterward. In a separate incident, Price is accused of paying to have a stolen classic car, a 1975 Chevy Nova, set on fire. Now, if convicted, Price will
Why are these old heads wilding, James?
Man, again, we were not supposed to be exposed to as much stuff as we can. And psychology states that everything you see, your subconscious doesn't separate that you're not really going through that. So when you see all of these conflict shows, these Love and Hip Hops, this drama, think about as how much drama all of us are exposed to every day through social media, through what you watch. People really be thinking that this is the way to handle shit. And it's not. And listen, man, you might be getting some turkey legs. It just might not be the way you wanted it, and you might be getting stuffed. Just not the way you want to now, because arson is a real crime.
Isn't there a chance the insurance pay them out more than the restaurant was worth anyway?
Oh, the guy is straight.
Yeah.
But the fact is that somebody did it, and so those insurance companies they're the ones who want to know who did it, because then they'll go and try to recoup some of their losses from you. And that's the shit that be wild. Like, like, fuck these guys, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna do nothing to go to jail, man.
Yeah, and we're staying in Texas with this next video regarding a highly regarded Christian leader, T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes announced his retirement this past Sunday as the lead pastor at Potter's House Church.
The Power Bottom.
Indeed.
Wanted to share.
That shit was crazy. And it got even more crazy when that stuff happened, man. But damn.
And we started not to do it this way. But the thing that moved me was I wanted to share it with our e-church.
Well, he's skinny up top.
I guess we ought to go home. Please be good to our people. Please help them. The humility that you see is real. The weight is unbelievable.
I don't be liking when people talk like that, man. They be giving like pregnant pauses, like, but you have said 10 words.
You didn't say anything, yeah. And then people are eating it up.
Yeah, that's just again, they like them, they fuck with them. Like that's why they do. Like y'all don't realize. Like again, sometimes the people we fuck with, we will accept anything from. But TD is wild. That's a wild boy.
To cap off our show, we got one last clip to show about the co-founder of Nightcap, Shannon Sharp. His lawyer breaks down the definition of blackmail as it regards to the new sexual assault lawsuit that has been breaking the internet.
Shannon Sharp's lawyer is Lanny Davis, and he echoes his client and calls the whole thing a shakedown. Why would Shannon Sharp offer $10 million to someone who is allegedly shaking him down?
Thank you for that question. It's amazing how many people have asked me that question, so you have good company.
Okay, but it's the obvious one. It's the one that jumps out at you. If someone accuses me of something horrible, I'm not offering them a dime.
So what's the definition of blackmail? Why do people who are talking about blackmail pay money? It's because what is about to be revealed was a private act that could embarrass them and their family and hurt their reputation and their business. So blackmail, by definition, is paying money when you're innocent. If anyone wants to look at the definition of blackmail, interview 1,000 people who've been in blackmail situations who pay the money when they're totally innocent. So the answer to your question is that totally innocent people who are under a threat of blackmail, which is defined as revealing something privately that will embarrass or harm them, are willing to pay money even though they're 100% innocent. You can find 1,000 people easily who have been in the same position as Shannon Sharp and makes the unfortunate and difficult choice of paying money when he's innocent in order to protect his family, his business, and his reputation.
We all knew that. Yeah. There's pictures of her putting the strap on and beating his back in. That's what he doesn't want. That's what he doesn't want to get out. Come on, dog. Bro, we know Shay Shay spelled backwards is yes. Like, come on, dog. Like, it's the thing is the problem is here's the problem is like y'all out here doing wild shit and embarrassed. Don't be fucking embarrassed. Or don't do the wild shit. You a freaky ass nut ass freak bull. And just knowing you a nut ass freak bull and you messing with, I can't even say young girls, old women just as catty and will put that shit out. Just don't, like, you're not about to embarrass me. Right. Like, you can't say nothing that, because we gonna just be out here showing the world we fucking freaks. But the difference between, as I said, the difference between me and you is you're going to be fucking content. But actually, that's not the difference. She knows that her OnlyFans is probably going nuts right now. Yeah. So that 10 million ain't doing nothing. Like, you know what, bitch? If you want to show the world that I can, fine. Again, Miles, we've talked about this before. Entertainers, rich people, and celebrities do not live in the same world that we live in. Dwight Howard is literally married a year after being sued by a gay man for forcing him into a threesome with a transmission. The gay man was cool with just him and Dwight, but he didn't expect for the freaky tricky transvestite to pop out the fucking bathroom. It was too much for him. Like, dog, you don't want this shit. Don't record home games. Excuse me. No, don't play home games. Away games and neutral site games. Shannon, you travel enough to where you should only be playing away games. I mean, excuse me, neutral site games. In a hotel of your, like, Aaliyah put this shit out here. Girl, I gotta watch my back because I'm not just anybody. Drake put it in the song too. You gotta watch your back, dog. Because when you turn that back, she put that video up of you getting it from the back, of her getting you from the back.
That's the only thing. Don't have so much shame in it.
Like, do it. You like it, man. I promise you, dog. Once y'all start embracing that shit, like, the shit gonna, like, go away, dog. You giving these hoes power, dog. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing you ashamed of.
The thing that surprises me, I just don't like it. I see so many black people just coming at like, this is what he gets and da da da. And I'm just like, since when have we been someone who's innocent?
We are all in. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. Again, I hate to keep bringing this shit back to one thing. It's dudes who hated LeBron for putting Bronny on that are bitching about Deion and Shadur. Like, that's not right how they doing him. Bitch, y'all, Nick, you was just talking about Bronny. It's people who would tell me, James, you can't say MFTK or when I was training. Actually, MFTK pales in comparison to what I used to say when I had my gym. My gym's tagline was, I make white kids fast. And I would say that in groups of white people. And people, you can't. Bitch, what? I just did. I just said it. You either gonna fuck with me or you're not gonna fuck with me. And like, it just, bruh, like, that's how it is. Shay, be Shay. We already calling you caddy and all the other. All you doing, like, we know you gossip like a motherfucker.
Right, it's what your show is.
It's literally like, you're probably gonna get a whole new demographic when that video drops. Now you can safely interview Saucy Santana. What I'm saying is, if he getting bust up from the back, now you can interview her or whatever, and we know, like, because, dog, we know. Like, the thing is the problem with people is it's not you. There is no, you want the freedom without the consequences. Everybody not gonna fuck with you, dog. But like, in Shannon, you know why Shannon's getting hated on? Because he likes mid-white women.
Oh yeah, and
that's the real reason.
She's white.
Because they say it's silly shit like black women wouldn't do that. Like, we don't see black women exposing black men all the time. Dwight Howard's baby mama had to get a cease and desist after she said he was hung like a now and later. It's just like, bruh. Petty women are petty. And the only way to defend yourself against a petty person is to be petty back. Or not petty back, to be like, nah, man, fuck that. You say, I say it, but I will expose me before you ever get a chance to expose me.
Right.
Get in front of it.
Yeah.
Like, you out here, but again, it comes off, because here's the truth, right? Why I would never drink on his show. Go back and look at Shannon Sharp, right? Shannon Sharp was such a health freak when he played. Shannon Sharp never drank, never smoked. He was one of the first protein supplement endorsements, like EAS when they first started and all these other different things. But a lot of y'all probably don't know about that. Shannon became a caricature when he started doing media. That's when he brought out the Hennessy. He brought out the Black and Miles. I don't even think he freaked the Black and Miles. Anybody who smokes unfreaked Black and Miles, man, like are like, you're a danger to society, dog. Like, how dare you? Like, you don't, like, at all. You just going like, again. He started to do it, but he didn't go through with it but the thing is, like, if you know they got them shits on you, then why not just, like, man, fuck that shit. Bitch, put it out there.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
Something he did was probably too nasty, like you said. Like, it's one of them really nasty things.
I don't even think, what I think was I don't even think it was too nasty. She found out that he was fucking somebody else. Or he wanted to fuck somebody else, or he wanted to fuck multiple people. And so, and women have this thing, where they don't want to be owned. It's my body, my choice, but they speak of ownership. Ever listen to a woman talk about a man cheating on her? How dare he do that to me? Like that's not your dick. That's my dick. I put it where I want to. But they don't think like that. As I tell people, the most I can do is lease a pussy and hope that the pussy comes back to me. Because that's not my vagina. But women don't look at men that way. They look at the women are what they paint men to be. It's just nobody talks about that. But what he did was, she was 25,000 a cheek, crazy numbers for somebody that like that. Again, but I also really think that Shannon doesn't believe he deserves the bad bitch. Because I mean, you had Joy Taylor right there, and don't get me wrong, Joy Taylor's not a 10, but she way better than this.
Oh yeah,
she way better than this. You got what's that bitch name? Miss B Nasty. Like Miss B Nasty said that he can take, but what I'm saying, Miss B Nasty is like, you can have me. He would have been able to do every freaky fantasy that he wanted to do with Miss B Nasty. It wouldn't have had no problem. It's like, it's women that you can get that you don't have to worry about this part. True. But the other part of it is too, never mess with a woman who doesn't have more to lose than you. And this is where women always get it twisted. Men, horizontal and down. Women don't ever want to. Women always don't want to believe that they're horizontal and up. Women would love to tell you that they dated down when they're dating the cream of the crop. And statistically, Shannon, you're in a world where you can get lawyers and doctors and all of these other shit. If you've watched the movie Billions, them be the freakiest ones. And you could live your life because that woman is established and she actually has something. And she doesn't want to lose this.
Fair.
But you went for a girl who don't even know how to use a vagina right yet. And the scary part is, man, she's at like 19, 20 years old already leading with eating ass. I'm telling you, you're going to make married like, bam, baby. Yeah. It actually, if I was out there like that and I found out, like, I look into you got to look the bio. Anytime I see a woman tweet wild, the first thing I do is go look in the bio. And it never fails. OnlyFans, follow, like, go to this page for like whatever the little OnlyFans type thing they got, right? When I see that, and I look at how old they are, like, bitch, did you even try to do anything in life first before you just started selling pussy? Like, did we like try to get a job? Like, did we get our diploma and then like or did you just use college as a training ground for the life that you want to live? That's why I'm not mad at Bill. Yeah, no way. But the only thing I'm mad about him is that he doesn't follow. And then this is the same thing with Shannon. You know who our real uncle is? The real unk that we should all be following outside of me, Lil Duval. Lil Duval is the true unk, the game unk. And he had a song. And people try to say, oh, that's still too young. They were missing the point. He wasn't saying he was going for a 24-year-old. He just said if she's under 24, that's a no. If Unk would have followed that, he might be in a different thing.
Those couple years make a big difference.
Big difference, dog. They either really a professional hoe at that point and they got some decorum, or they just still out here wilding.
That concludes all the topics for the show today, everybody. Thank you so much for being present for this show. James, any last words to the fans before we log out and catch them on Wednesday?
Let's put this Deion Sanders and Shadur shit to bed by the close of business. The only reason I'm saying this is the first actual business day, so they're gonna be talking about it on all the sports shows. In this shit by 5:15 today, so that we can move on to something else. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Deion doesn't give a fuck about any of y'all, and neither does Shadur. It happens every day. The NFL is called Not For Long. We have things that we always say. Nobody is bigger than the shield. And it's not an attack on arrogant, confident black men. It's not an attack on black fatherhood. Because this is what I want to show, and we didn't show this. Cam Ward, both his parents were there, right? They've been at every game that he's played, from when he was at the FCS school to when he was at Washington State to when he was at Miami. They've been with him through the entire process. If that's not a strong black, you can't say that the NFL hates strong black families when there's a strong black nuclear family there. You're not acknowledging that because someone you like didn't get what you felt that they were entitled to, because they're not entitled to it. The second pick was Travis Hunter, who was one of Deion's sons. He got picked. He has a mother. We didn't even know Travis Hunter had a father until the Heisman Trophy presentation. We all just assumed Deion was the dad too. That's fucking, as a fucking father, that's disrespectful as shit. I've never heard Deion talk about his dad. Now, granted, his dad was locked up. He did some time. Don't know how much, don't know the situation or the circumstances. He's out now. We saw the Heisman Trophy presentation. We saw that man crying and in tears. We also know that his PO gave him the opportunity to be able to go to Green Bay and be able to go watch his son that he loves so much that he named his second son after him because it's Travis Hunter. Saw that happen. It would have been a great opportunity for us to talk about, because we heard Travis talk about his father, a great opportunity about redemption, about how strong a black family can be in co-parenting situations. And no matter what you do everything to be in your son's life. That was an opportunity right there that was missed because we're so fucking focused on a person that we like, that we felt was entitled to get something. The third pick, Abdul Carter. Both his parents were at the draft. Mom in her Islamic garb. Could have talked about that. We're in a situation, we're in a world where 16 of the quarterbacks in the NFL are African American, when we all lived to be when they didn't have any. We're in a world where most of these guys, this is probably the first draft that I haven't seen as many bad, sad stories as we normally see. If anything, what we saw was, if the NFL is as deliberately against the black family as they are because of Deion Sanders, then you did not watch how many black families were put into this situation. And and this is not emotion. This is the facts of what happened. If your definition of being unapologetically black and confident is only being loud, then you are the minstrel. You are the reason why people believe that we are the way that we are. When I see guys like Gilly the Kid come on because they're close to the family and say things like they say, it's hard for a black man. Wow, Gilly the Kid, who is signed to fucking Barstool Sports.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You fix your dick suckers to say that when dog, he's what people consider the epitome of racist, but he's your boss. You tap dance and shuck and jive for the Philadelphia Eagles every moment you get. When I see a cokehead in the playmaker get out here and you want to share him and make me believe, like, the people that are backing you are not helping your case. Because here's what actually happened. You had a guy with tremendous stats that we all felt should have been at least in the top 3 rounds, but was not. Things fall. You know what happened? Let's use a conference, Big 12. A lot of y'all don't know who Jason White is. You know who Josh Heupel is because he's a coach now. Why don't you go see what awards they won? Their statistics, the people that were drafted around them, and where they were drafted. I'll give you a cheat code. They fucking weren't. SEC Defensive Player of the Year, guy by the name of Michael Sam, barely got drafted and was cut early. Nobody was fucking crying. Well, he's gay, but nobody was fucking crying about that. But he was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Played in the SEC Championship on the highest stage and did not get the looks that everybody else got the looks. The reason why? He did not fit measurables, and he did not fit the things that the NFL technically wants to draft high. That happens. When you're a 6'1" quarterback that doesn't run fast, you don't get drafted. When you don't have a powerful arm, doesn't mean you can throw the ball deep. A powerful arm means that you can complete the intermediate pass, which he does not do very often. It's quick throws right in front of the line of scrimmage to deep. And you happen to have the Heisman Trophy winner, and you have 2 other wide receivers that were drafted. But here's the other thing, why those other quarterbacks might have got drafted. You can go pick a game that could make you a believer. We have asked, pick the game that made you a believer, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't. Because you don't know and you haven't watched. You just read you read the popularity. And you try to have arguments with people who are actually giving you facts, and you're flipping and using your emotions. And when you cannot win an argument, the first thing that you do, you're a coon. You can't believe in the black man. You start going for things and making emotional pleas, thinking that they're arguments where they are not. There is numerous reasons every year with the draft, and it happens like this. If you look at it, a prospect is worth, actually now it's true, is worth $10 million. The first pick is valued at, I think, $10.3 million this year is what they're expecting Cam Ward to get. They are looking for every reason to not get you $10.3 million. That isn't the NFL. That is capitalism. I want to get the most bang for my buck from out of every person. That's why you have internships. That's why you have a lot of other different things. That's why shit happens. But when you go in and you don't interview with everybody, that's a check mark. Guess what the other quarterbacks did? They interviewed with everybody. When you go in and you aren't prepared for your interviews, they look at everybody else. They were prepared. They were this. The East-West Shrine Bowl, you had an opportunity to practice and play in the game and do interviews. You didn't do those things. Everybody but the guy who everybody was considering the consensus pick, Cam Ward, did those things. Your pro day, you did the combine. You just did the interviews and bounced. You did not participate in the combine. All those other guys that you say look like trash, they at least competed in the combine. And they competed in an all-star game. You did not. The pro days, everybody competed in their pro day. You did not participate in the Big 12 pro day. You participated in your own showcase, which showed that you had to have control and structure over the entire thing for you to look good. Those are actual things that happen when you really look at the guy. Why I can't understand why Tyler Sow got drafted before. Tyler Sow knew he was trash, but knew because he was trash, I have to do everything possible to make myself look better. Same thing with Jalen Milroe. Same thing with Dylan Gabriel. Same thing with all of these other people. They knew they were not consensus top guys. The problem is you thought you were a consensus top guy and moved like one, and you weren't, because you are not your daddy, but you have your daddy's fucking tendencies. And you have your daddy's swag, which isn't even you. It's not even really you. The problem is you have tried to adopt a mentality and a lifestyle that isn't you. It's false, it's facetious, and that's why you're getting put. And the worst thing your camp did was put you in front of a real fucking alpha. You know who the real alpha was the entire time? Cam Ward. Don't believe me? Go and watch. Now go back and watch everything about Cam Ward. Cam Ward told Shadur about himself in every one of them videos. Every single one. Including, hey, man, let's go make a song together, man. I got time. I'm a football player. You don't got no hobbies outside of football? Nah, man, I got that. When you watch him in comparison to Cam Ward, which one would you put your career on the line with? The guy who takes a week off from practice to go to Paris Fashion Week? Remember, that happened. The guy who, on his first spring game, has a concert, is preparing for do you know how much work goes into preparing for a concert? Instead of preparing for the damn spring game, the guy who rents out a strip club before the bowl game that he got his ass handed to him in? These are the things that the NFL actually knows, man. And the craziest thing is the most respect the NFL did was not actually fucking expose his ass, because they fucking could have done that. That's how you know the NFL loves him. Because if the NFL didn't, they would have laid out every one of these things. That would have been the article. And then you would have really been saying, why are they besmirching his name so much? Why are you giving them so much to besmirch? They want to know, before I invest millions of guaranteed money into you, are you really serious? And you know what, brother in Christ, that happens on every aspect of everything, whether you working at McDonald's dropping fries or you working at the top. And can I rely on you to not be you? And that's what again, those are all facts of things that have happened. That's not me being emotional. That's not me being angry at him. That's not even me saying he doesn't deserve to be in the NFL. That's me explaining to you why. Now, what makes me mad and emotional is when you try to force fit this into a real situation. Racism is fucking real. As a guy who goes into situations where he's literally the only person all the time, I have never had somebody say, you are just too cocky for us. As a guy, and I'm sitting here listening to people tell me what that's like. My whole life I've been like that. My whole life I lead with my confidence, with my chest out, with those things, but it's fucking real. That's why when it's real, you can deal with the consequences that come with it. I won't do business with somebody who forces me to not be me. But at the same time, I also know when I need to tailor it. When I'm around Charlie Ward, I don't curse as much. You know why? Actually, I don't know why. But it's just something about Charlie that makes me not do that. We all code switch. You would tell your kid right now, if they were a bully and they went to go get a job, don't be a bully when you go in there. And it's where it's disingenuous, man. It's where it's disingenuous. And it bothers me. Because I understand why people don't believe black people now. It's because you fucking put that you sprinkle that shit on everything. It's not Colin Kaepernick, I will agree. The only thing I said about Colin Kaepernick is he made it fucking easy. He said he decided to opt out of his contract and he made it easy for them to cut him. He shouldn't have done that. But Colin Kaepernick, protest without consequence is a fucking temper tantrum. Colin Kaepernick actually did that. For y'all to mention him and Cap in the same fucking breath is fucking disingenuous. It's fucking disingenuous and it's not real. It is not real. And the fact that some of y'all are saying this shit is crazy to me because we actually know you and you're talking about this while you all go to your, again, I'm not saying this to my white people to make y'all feel bad. I'm just talking to y'all out loud. Y'all saying that this is bug breaking and he's doing this when you work for fucking white people. Like, that means they're doing it to you. And if you really feel that strongly, be a fucking man and be a actual guy and step the fuck off and show us how you living. But you won't because you can't and you know it's not true. The NFL, if the NFL were truly picking on people, none of them niggas, I'm gonna say it like this, none of them niggas would have got drafted. And your own homeboy, they come out, have you seen, the report is this, the Raiders were looking and Tom Brady said no. And that was the person that you guys try to use. Because at the end of the day, we know they know everything, dog. It's the most, man, the NFL is the most thorough organization when it comes to doing research about people. They get it wrong a lot. I hope they got it wrong about Shadur. I hope he does love football. I hope he does beat Dylan Gabriel out. I hope he does play. But at the end of the day, that shit, it is not an entitlement league. They don't owe you shit, and they don't give a fuck about who your dad was. Barry Sanders, the best running back to ever play. His son ain't in the fucking league. Emmitt Smith got a jit. I don't think his son in the league. It's a lot of it's a lot of goats. And Deion, the most disingenuous thing that you have done is not let your son be who he is within his framework. He's the closest thing to you, and you tried to make him you. When you could do that because you really were that guy. He's not really that guy. He can be that guy. He has the ability to be that guy, but he ain't that guy. And you know how, again, and before you even look at me, that's my opinion. Those aren't the facts. I don't believe he's that guy, but I don't believe that because I got a chance to see them because of y'all work out with the person who is that fucking guy, Cam Ward. And at no point did he look like he wasn't. He was always second best to Cam Ward. Ever since y'all first put them together over last summer. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. I like I said, man, like just some of the think pieces, and I'm seeing. I had a friend who's a lawyer. I ain't never heard talk about sports before, saying that this is crazy. And I asked him, what game did you watch that made you believe that he was that guy? Oh, well, his stats. Josh Heupel had a lot of stats. Jason White had a lot of stats. I could show you a ton of guys that have a lot of stats that did not make it. I wish for everybody, but then the other part is too is I got friends in college that told, like, one of them literally told me about a kid, John, and he know if he listens to this, he's going to know what I'm talking about, and he's going to know it's him, but he's close to the situation. Oh man, you don't understand, dog. It's like nuance in this, and we got to do this, and you know them kids, they do that, and blah, blah, blah. It's nuance on the college side, but it's not nuance when it's only 32 teams. 130 D1 teams. Nuance. 32 NFL teams that everybody wants to go to. No nuance. It's got to be straight. Got to be racism. Can't be anything else. That's the hypocrisy in all of this. The hypocrisy in all of this is that we hate strong black fathers. Oh, my bad. I ain't even gonna get into the fact that look at how Deion acts with his ex, with his ex. And I'm not saying who's right or wrong, but I'm like, shit, it's a lot of knocks with that. You don't like functional black families that were drafted numerous times, but definitely the 3 of the top 5 picks were actually not even top 5 because 4 or 5 were white. The top 3 picks were from black family units that work together, but the NFL hates black families. Like, again, I'm just going to encourage you guys sometimes before you write that shit down and then read it out loud. Like, write it down. And then, like, okay. Learn forensics. Like, a lot of you guys have a lot of free time to comment about shit. Take a forensics class. It's not forensics like what you guys see on like CSI Miami. Forensics is basically debate. It's speech and debate. Go learn that shit. Learn how to, like, because a lot of you guys are just spewing out shit that you don't know about. Deion said a lot of shit there. Like, actually, you know what? The funny thing is, listen to what Deion says he wants in guys, and it ain't even his kids. Deion wants quarterbacks from a happy home, from 2-parent households. It's just, again, man, like I said, man, I love him to death, man. I think Deion, I don't like Deion for personal reasons that a lot of you guys would never like that. Because you never know. But I love Deion the coach. And I like Shedeur as a player that I want kids to be, I want it to be successful. But at the same time, I want us to stop. I want us to be real. And sometimes you gotta you only get that card but so many times to play. And y'all gotta start asking yourself, is this really where I want to play my racism card? And I think if you really just step back and looked at it, you won't. But this is all I gotta say. And I know if we clip it, it'll be all kinds of shit that'll be played. And you know what? And I hope it gets played because Shedeur is successful. But at the end of the day, close this shit up by Monday, 4/28 at 5:15 p.m., please. And don't lose friends over this argument because they're not finna lose anything. Like, just is the old people are the diabolical ones. But anyways, man, outside of that, appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me. And make sure you go to mftk.com, mftkfoundation.com. Check out the website, donate. We're trying to get that thing as up to date as possible as we move into the 6th annual book bag drive. Hope to see some of that energy out here out east in Jacksonville. I forgot where. What's the Pine Hills in Orlando? Again, I don't know where Middleton High School is in Tampa, but I know Pine Hills is supposed to be the rough part of Orlando. So we in Pine Hills, we out east, we in Houghton Street, in Tallahassee. And I'm trying. Am I missing somewhere? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it's the 4th one is in. I don't know where we're at. I don't know where Middleton High School is in Tampa. But outside of that, appreciate y'all for chopping up, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday.